Home ownership is usually exciting, but buying a home when relocating to a new state can be exhilarating, stressful, and exciting all at the same time. For many home buyers, purchasing a home comes with a bag of mixed emotions, especially when you're saying goodbye to another home that you loved as well. But this dream cannot be achieved without taking a leap of faith, and we want to make this a smooth transition. In this video, we're going to uncover the 11 mistakes that you do not want to make when relocating to the Lone Star State. First-time Texas home buyer mistakes are common, and while they aren't a huge deal, some can be disastrous and lead to very unwanted process delays as well as financial issues down the road. So let's explore together 11 of the most common mistakes out-of-state home buyers make and how you can avoid them. All right, let's jump into number one. That is not starting the approval process early. The home buying process tends to be exciting, so we understand the urge to jump in without much forethought. But shopping for a home before getting initial approval, also called a pre-approval, can be a huge mistake. Taking the time to apply for approval up front is beneficial to home buyers in so many ways. For starters, getting approved is the simplest and the most accurate way to determine how much house you can afford. You may think that you have a handle on all the costs associated with owning a home in Texas, but this isn't the time to risk human error. By getting your initial approval through a mortgage lender, and I suggest a local Texas lender, buyers have a reliable price range to stay within, so they don't set their sights too high or take on more than they can handle. And as a bonus, being approved makes the buyer appear more serious to sellers, which can be super helpful if we end up in a multiple offer situation. You may see some lenders use terms such as pre-qualified or pre-approved. Now, pre-qualification often provides a preliminary estimate of what you can afford, but it doesn't give you the financial backing that home sellers might be interested in seeing. By verifying some of your financial information, lenders can also offer a pre-approval, and that really is what we want to see from you. This is the initial approval of you and your finances. And now, it isn't the final approval that promises you a mortgage, but it can help you make a stronger offer to the sellers. Okay, the second thing that we want to avoid is looking at only one mortgage quote. So getting a mortgage quote from a lender may seem time-consuming, as it typically involves speaking with a professional, providing financial documentation, but in this instance, relying on the first quote that you get may be time-efficient but not cost-efficient. Another lender could offer a deal that will save you money over the lifetime of the loan. So getting multiple quotes is the best way for a buyer to choose the right lender and to get a mortgage with the best possible rates and terms. The third mistake you do not want to make moving to Texas is not working with a real estate agent or working with the first one that you meet. Can you buy a house without a real estate agent? Yeah. Should you? No. That answer is a little bit more complicated, but a real estate agent is the expert in the market. Although you may save some money by handling the process yourself, having a real estate expert in your corner can help ease anxiety and make the home buying process go more smoothly overall. I see a lot of buyers, especially out-of-state buyers, call on a property and hire the first agent they talk to. Now, this can sometimes work out, if you call me, but just know that you don't have to settle for the first agent you talk to. You want to do some digging. Look at their experience, look at their reviews, how long have they been in the business. Now, you can find out just about anything you need to know if you just Google somebody. Now, this can sometimes be someone's largest investment, so it is worth finding the right person to represent you. Also, keep in mind, you need to like this person enough to call on them when you need a service provider, and they'll definitely be someone that you will be connected with over a long period of time should something come up with your home. The fourth mistake is buying more home than you can afford. Although an initial mortgage approval estimates how much house that you can afford, this amount isn't always going to fit within your budget, since there's often a difference between your debt to income ratio, which you're going to hear us refer to as DTI, and your monthly expenses as a whole. Now, you've heard the expression, just because they make it in your size doesn't mean you should wear it. So this kind of is the same for your loan approval. You may be approved for $1.2 million, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you are all about that $1.2 million mortgage payment. So when a lender reviews your financial information for approval, they rely on that debt to income to determine how much of your monthly income is going towards debt bills. But the DTI, debt to income, doesn't account for all your expenses and costs like groceries and utilities and health insurance, which can all add up quickly, as you know. So, buying a home worth your entire approval mortgage amount may make it very difficult for you to afford other monthly payments. And I want you to find a house that you love, not one that you're stuck in because it monopolizes your entire monthly income. So be sure to consider all your monthly expenses and make sure that nothing is unaccounted for when you are putting your budget together for a home. Because in addition to your current budget, you want to factor in those extra costs that come along with being a homeowner, such as the closing costs, maintenance, and the potential for increasing utility costs and increasing taxes. Okay, number 5, not checking your credit report or ignoring your credit score throughout the home buying process can definitely lead to unchecked errors that could impact your loan approval or lead to less favorable loan rates and terms. Although your credit is pulled during the lender's initial approval, lenders will recheck it just before scheduling the closing, and any changes in that credit report could mean changes to your loan. For example, suppose you apply for a new credit card, or in the midst of this, let's say that you accidentally miss a credit card payment right before closing. In that case, your credit score could drop significantly, making it difficult for you to qualify for financing, but also it could make it very difficult for you to qualify for that great interest rate that you got locked in. The number 6 mistake, which may be the biggest of all, is waiving a home inspection. A home inspection can be important for avoiding future problems within the home. While some home buyers may choose to forego inspections, especially when there's bidding wars that you may still encounter here in Austin, Texas, but home inspections, the safety they provide should not be undervalued. The home inspectors protect home buyers and lenders in the case of serious issues with the home structure and core systems. So after the home inspection, you'll receive a report with any identified or potential issues in the home. And we can use this to negotiate repairs or to get a reduction in the purchase price if there are serious repairs that need to be made. I usually explain to buyers that we are looking for big stuff, the big ticket items. If you think that you're going to be upset about a cracked tile or a broken fence picket or maybe old water stains from a leak 10 years ago, then we should definitely focus on new construction, because there's 100 things wrong with every house, and that inspector is going to find every single one of them. The number 7 mistake is spending all of your savings buying a house that is too expensive. Saving for the down payment and the closing cost alone can be time consuming, but it's worth taking the extra time to save money beyond the bare minimum of what you believe you need. Draining your savings can put you in a troublesome position when it comes time for those other hidden or unexpected maintenance costs, leaving you vulnerable in emergency situations. I get it. Everybody wants 3 or more garage bays. You want a huge covered patio. You want an open gourmet kitchen and all the curb appeal. I mean, we're human and we all spend way too much time watching HGTV. But we need to make sure that we can afford the home that we are buying, and that your mortgage is something that is going to work for you and your budget without depleting your savings. When we have our first consultation, we're going to go over your wants, your needs, your must-haves, and your dream home features. And we're going to move heaven and earth to get you as close as we possibly can to your dream home that is within your budget. And number 8 is not bringing enough money to the table. So how much money should you save? Now there is a number of expenses to save for when you are buying a home for the first time, including your down payment. This is the part of the home purchase price that you pay up front. In the past, it has been the golden standard to put down 20% of the purchase price in the down payment, but doing this is less common today. Some loans, such as VA loans, require as little as 0% down. And also closing costs. These costs may include appraisal fees, title fees, lender fees, application fees, loan origination fees, as well as property taxes and mortgage insurance, and more. The price tag of these can add up quickly, and so we really want you to have a grasp of those. That's why we're going to go over all of this on our initial consultation. In general, you can expect to pay about 3 to 6% of the purchase price in closing costs, and that is on top of what you've already paid for your down payment. So let's talk about a few of these. Homeowners insurance. This insurance covers damage to your house and the assets inside it, and is typically required by your mortgage lender because every insurance company uses a different formula to determine your specific premium. Anticipating them can be a little rough. We're going to have to talk to your provider. However, you can find the cost on your closing disclosure document, which is going to list your mortgage loan terms in detail. Another expense is property taxes. These are paid monthly, and these fees are based on the assessed value of your property. Then home maintenance. Once you move into your home, you're bound to find a few opportunities for upgrades and improvements. Whether it is simple home maintenance or it's more involved in like a remodel, be sure to consider these costs ahead of time. Another cost is the utility bills. While you may think that you understand utility costs from your time as a renter or from where you lived previously, I want you to keep in mind that these costs vary significantly between locations, and it will cost more to light and heat a 4-bedroom house than, say, a 2-bedroom condo. And moving costs. This one may seem simple enough, but some buyers are so focused on their new home that they forget the time, effort, and money that it takes to pack up their old one. Moving can be expensive, so we recommend establishing your moving plan early so that you can save for professional movers if needed. And then the last is the homeowner association fees. So depending on the type of home and the neighborhood, you may have to pay HOA fees, homeowner association fees, which typically cover trash pickup, landscaping, and perhaps other community amenities. They're going to vary home to home, and we'll go over all of that. These type of fees are most commonly found in master plan communities, and again, townhouses and condo communities. For number 9, we're going to talk about making the right down payment. The down payment that you make on a home impacts your interest rate and the size of your monthly mortgage payment. Many believe the myth that you always need to put 20% down on your purchase price, but this isn't typically the case as long as you're willing to pay for the PMI, what we call private mortgage insurance. Now, PMI is pretty additional added expense to your monthly mortgage payment. It is a type of mortgage insurance on a conventional home loan that protects the lender in the case that you default on your loan. And it's typically required until you reach that 20% equity in the home. If you can afford a larger down payment, it may be worth it to avoid this additional cost. However, a 20% down payment is simply not attainable sometimes for first-time home buyers. And number 10, do not make emotional decisions. When you walk through your dream home, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement. Around every corner is a new memory to be made, and you may already be envisioning your kids playing in the yard and splashing in the tub. But while buying a home is certainly an emotional milestone, it's also a personal finance. With any financial investment, it's important to make decisions based on the facts and not the emotions. Remember that this isn't just a house. It's likely the largest financial investment that you will make in your lifetime. So we don't want to get lost in the emotions. The last and final mistake that we do not want you to make is waiting too long. We certainly do not want you to rush into anything, and we don't want you just to buy anything, especially if it doesn't check most of the boxes. But it can be dangerous to take too long to make an offer because this could cost you the home that you really want, say new to the market, or if it's getting a lot of attention from other buyers, but it's your home. So waiting around for the perfect home could mean missing other quality options. So So we want to narrow your searches, but we don't want to narrow them too much, okay? So let's be careful not to be so picky that you prolong the process indefinitely. This is one of the largest financial decisions that folks will make, and going for it can be a little nerve-wracking, but that's why we run so many numbers with you and for you. That's why we have these home inspections, and of course that 7 to 10 day option period, so you know for sure that this is the house that you want to buy. So we know that this is a huge deal, and we have had the honor of helping folks from all over the world make a move to the Austin area, and we absolutely love it. So if you are thinking about moving or relocating anywhere in the Austin area, then just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or better yet, jump to the front of the line and click the link below in the description to schedule a Zoom call with a member of our team. And we would be happy to help you because we've got your back when you're making a move to Austin, Texas.